Welcome to Exploring Parks of Hendricks County. I'm your host, Deanna Murphy with Carpenter Realtors and the Murphy Group. Please join me as we explore our parks in our very own backyard. We're at Scamahorn Park, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Can you tell me a little bit about your park, starting with the history?
Sure. So this property was purchased in the 1940s by the Lions Club, and over the years there's been just different groups of people and the boards building it up, and in the last 5 to 10 years is when the biggest growth has come, where we've got more land, this land over here that you'll see, so that we're able to do more with the park.
One of the first things I noticed and that we talked about was I had no idea that you guys had as many buildings on the site that you have. From, well, why don't you tell me about all the ones that you have, just so I don't miss one?
Yes, so we have the Scout building, and we do all the buildings that we have, we rent to the public. So we have the Scout building, we have the Legion building, we also have what we call the Fish Fry building, where we have commercial kitchens. We have a couple of food truck vendors that will rent those kitchens out throughout the year, and then we also have a commercial kitchen within our Legion building that people can rent out.
So your American Legion building, I understand, is just held for meetings and for renting out, so it's not one of the American Legions that you can come in anytime and pop in and visit with other veterans.
Yeah, that's correct. It's for rental purposes, and then they use it for their meetings.
And so all those buildings, though, are available to rent out, like for a wedding or a birthday party, any of those kind of events?
Yep, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And where would they go to find that? Just on your website?
On our website, there's a phone number and an email for you to contact.
Well, and Scott, I know that you are in charge of all of these recreations around here. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, we're getting ready for the start of our new season, and we want to get as many events that bring people into the park and have good, strong community engagement. Make the facility someplace that people can come gather, come, play, recreate, and just have a great time. So we'll have 4 movies this summer, starting in May, and we're trying to get those to be really themed nights. So my idea for the first one is late May. Auto racing in Indiana is pretty popular, so have maybe Cars movie, have show cars out here. So you can tie that movie into what's going on. There'll be a lunar eclipse later this summer, so maybe we have an astronomy night where you can look at the moon or do different things. So really tie it in with what's going on within the community.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think that'll help get different people out, get people involved with some of the events. Our farmers market has been really strong the past couple of years, but we're always looking to improve it. Last year we moved it to the church right there on 136, and while not on park property, it's still a park event, and having it up there really helps with foot traffic. So the vendors liked it a lot better, get a lot more different variety of vendors coming in. Ridiculous Barbecue is a gentleman out of Avon, and every time I would drive by prior to working here, that's where I would stop because I wanted ribs for dinner. So,
okay, you're going to have to give me that number because I'm going to be hitting that place up.
Yeah, he is great. My mouth's watering right now. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to work with the school corporation, hopefully, for their after-school program during summer to be able to bring kids out to experience the park. Maybe have a sports day. We've got 4 baseball fields, we've got soccer fields, we've got basketball, and how can we again tie everything together, bringing maybe the Tri-West Little League comes out and they help with home run derby type events, footballs, teaching agility drills, and just something for the kids to do to get out of the building during the summers. We do concerts. We want to do a photography competition where just people come out and take photos and different things. So it should be a busy summer out here when we can't wait for the weather to Nicer, even
I
nicer
know.
than today.
This is February. In case people are watching, in the summer, it's February and we're out here in just, everyday wear, and it's so beautiful.
Yep.
I love the passion of getting kids and families, not just kids, but families outside and bringing those families together by doing those events. And I think that's really popular, and that's kind of where our society is going. So that's really glad you guys are on that path to see those same things. So that's really awesome. Question about the food market or the farmers market. Is that specifically a certain day during the week?
Every Wednesday from July 1st till late September. Wednesday, 5:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fantastic. And so can anybody show up with their goods, or is that something they need to apply for?
We're trying to have them apply just so we know of a head count and making sure that we've got good quality vendors.
Okay.
I think there's a fine line between having a lot of vendors and having quality. So we are, kind of vetting our vendors this year just a little bit, just to make sure it's something that is mutually beneficial to both parties to be vendors.
Right.
So if they go to the website, they'll have information there where they can apply.
More is not always better.
Right.
Yeah. So I know you were sharing with me something about a veteran memorial coming up soon. Can you share with me what that's about?
So we have our Veterans Memorial that's already partly over there, and it is going to be the entrance of our park. It's still being completed as far as the renderings, and we're trying to figure out exactly what it's going to look like. But we have part of it up, which you'll see, but then they're going to do benches around it some way, and then there'll be flags, and just a really neat way to veterans or people can go and sit around it, and then it's going to be a really nice entrance to the park.
We can never give enough gratitude for our veterans that serve, for sure. So is it specific to a certain war, or is it veterans in general, just for the memorial?
It's, I think, all veterans
Okay.
in general.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So I'm always so excited to ask this question about what is your favorite part of this park that you guys enjoy? For an example, let me just say, so if you were coming here from Avon, what would be like, oh, you've got to check this out, or you've got to experience this?
My biggest memories, at least, is the baseball fields, because my son played a lot of baseball out here. So, I think we have really great fields right now. We have another gentleman on our staff that's going to be, his job is to make those fields even better. So I think, once we'll be hosting tournaments and events, and so to me, I like the baseball fields. But what I like about this job so far is I like the baseball fields, but somebody may never leave those fields. And there's people out here playing Pokemon on a Tuesday night in the summer, Pokestop, and they might never see the baseball fields.
Right.
So it's just a little bit of everything that people can come and touch and take advantage of, and walking trails and things like that. So that's to me what I like about it, is there's more than just one thing to do.
I'm finding that's pretty across the board in all of our parks. Everybody has a little taste of something different, and it's always fun to ask you guys. So what's yours?
So I love the baseball fields as well. My husband grew up in this area, and so he's got a lot of fond memories of here. So when I took this position, I was pretty excited to be a part of something that we're growing and getting the community involved and doing all of the new things that the park's going to be doing, like the game night that we just started this year, which has been really fun. And he has memories of just coming here as a kid, and he's amazed at how much it's grown.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty amazing to me. We have a lot of community involvement. So if we needed something done, we just kind of put it out there. We had the Young Marines come and paint one of our buildings for us, or one of our shelters, just because we had that need. And we had other residents, they see a need and then they just fundraise and make it happen, which is pretty amazing.
That is,
yeah.
I think that's
and so,
unique.
And you don't find that, in a bigger city
Right.
or anything like that. So when I heard that, I was pretty amazed by that.
speaking of fundraising and a tie-in back to the baseball fields, I vaguely remember you talking to me about a new concession stand.
Yeah.
So when should we expect that?
So I'm in charge of special projects and communication. So I'm kind of the mouth of what goes on around here. And our big project this year, every year we try to do one big project. And our big project this year is going to be the concession stand for the baseball area. In the soccer fields too, we'll use it. And so we're pretty excited about how that's going to turn out. And it's still in the very early stages, but we're excited to get that done. And I think everybody's going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, that'll be really nice. So we have baseball, we have basketball, and we have soccer, and then football is played elsewhere. Is that correct?
Correct.
But there's lots of athletics here kids can take advantage of for sure. Well, thanks you guys so much for your time today, and enjoy this beautiful weather outside with me. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll get to see a lot of people come back to your park this summer.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.